Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Gaurang Dhawanlal and with me is Subha Kaul with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Goa government's efforts for 100% first dose COVID vaccination of adult population, says Goa effectively used assistance provided by centre. India accomplished remarkable feat of administering over 2.5 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses in a single day, marking the Prime Minister's birthday. Recovery rate stands at 97.65%. Rajasthan government issues fresh guidelines for relaxing COVID restrictions. Schools, colleges, gyms, cinema halls and markets to open from Monday. GST Council turns down proposal to bring petrol and diesel under GST ambit. Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board invites bids for gas distribution network covering 208 districts across country. UN Security Council extends by 6 months mandate for assistance mission in Afghanistan. France says it is recalling its ambassadors in US and Australia for consultations in protest of a security deal that includes the UK. And US admits 10 innocent people killed in drone strikes in Kabul days before its military pullout. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact the national helpline numbers 011-239 78046 and 1075. And now, the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today lauded the efforts of the Goa government for completing 100% COVID vaccination of the eligible population with the first dose. He said that despite various challenges, Goa, with grit and persistence, kept up its pace of awareness and vaccination. He was interacting with healthcare workers and beneficiaries of the COVID vaccination program on completion of 100% first dose coverage for the adult population in Goa via video conferencing.
गोवा के प्रत्येक एलिजिबल व्यक्ति, पात्र व्यक्ति को वैक्सीन की एक डोज लग चुकी है। कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई में ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। इसके लिए गोवा के सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। गोवा एक ऐसा भी राज्य है जहां भारत की विविधता की शक्ति के दर्शन होते हैं। इस महत्वपूर्ण अवसर पर मुझे अपने मित्र सच्चे कर्मयोगी स्वर्गीय मनोहर पर्रिकर जी की याद आना स्वाभाविक है। गोवा दुनिया के सबसे बड़े और सबसे तेज टीकाकरण अभियान सबको वैक्सीन, मुफ्त वैक्सीन की सफलता में अहम भूमिका निभा रहा है।
The Prime Minister said Goa used the assistance that was sent by the centre in an effective and timely manner, taking it to the grassroots level beneficiaries.
आज देश में दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा वैक्सीनेशन सफलतापूर्वक चल रहा है। गोवा ने इसमें एक बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि हासिल की है। इस उपलब्धि में देश भर के डॉक्टरों और स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। चाहे कोरोना की महामारी का संकट रहा हो या फिर दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण प्रोग्राम, हमारे कोरोना वॉरियर्स ने जो भूमिका निभाई है वो पूरी दुनिया में एक मिसाल है। आपके प्रयासों के लिए गोवा के सभी डॉक्टर्स, नर्सिस, पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ सबको मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं।
Mr. Modi further said, Goa has set forth an example of good governance and ease of living. The state has also attained 100% electrification. The Jal Jeevan mission too has been successful in Goa. The Prime Minister hailed the image of Goa as a state with immense possibilities and opined that time is ripe to widen the domain of its role and identity. Prime Minister Modi interacted with doctors and frontline and health workers. He said that Goa is an international tourism destination that is adequately safe from COVID. Efforts are on to complete the Mopa Greenfield Airport on time, he added. Mr. Modi said the nation is marching ahead with novel ambitions. Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant in his address made it clear that well-organized and planned awareness campaigns during vaccination paved the way to achieve the desired result.
India administered a record of over 2.5 crore doses of corona vaccine in a single day yesterday on the occasion of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday. Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia called it a golden chapter in the history of the country and the world. Mr. Mandavia said the historic feat is a gift to the Prime Minister on behalf of health workers and the countrymen. According to data on the CoWIN portal, the cumulative number of jabs inoculated in the country crossed 79.25 crore last night. The Health Ministry said a total of 35,662 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. Active cases account for 1.02% of total cases and the active caseload stands at 3,40,639. The recovery rate is currently at 97.65%. Over 33,700 recoveries were reported in the last 24 hours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said every Indian would be proud of yesterday's record vaccination numbers. In a series of tweets, Mr. Modi acknowledged the doctors, innovators, administrators, nurses, healthcare and frontline workers who toiled to make the vaccination drive a success. He asked everyone to keep boosting vaccination to defeat COVID-19.
कल भारत ने एक ही दिन में 2.5 करोड़ से भी अधिक लोगों को वैक्सीन देने का रिकॉर्ड बनाया है। दुनिया के बड़े बड़े और समृद्ध और सामर्थ्यवान माने जाने वाले देश भी ऐसा नहीं कर पाए हैं। कल हर घंटे 15 लाख से ज्यादा वैक्सीन हुआ है। हर मिनट 26,000 से ज्यादा वैक्सीन हुआ। हर सेकंड 450 से ज्यादा लोगों को वैक्सीन लगी। जन्मदिन तो बहुत आए, बहुत जन्मदिन गए, पर मैं मन से हमेशा इन चीजों से मैं दूर रहा। पर मेरी इतनी आयु में कल का दिन मेरे लिए बहुत भावुक कर देने वाला था।
Earlier, in a series of tweets, Mr. Modi also appreciated BJP party workers who enriched the Seva or Samarpan Abhiyan with their active participation. The Prime Minister said he is proud of their constant endeavour to improve the lives of people. He added that there is much to be done and there is no rest till the dream of a strong, prosperous and inclusive India is achieved. Mr. Modi expressed gratitude to every person who wished him on his birthday yesterday.
Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, launched the countrywide free telemedicine consultation cum drugs facility on the occasion of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday yesterday. The minister also announced that Jigyasa, a Student Scientist Connect program of the Ministry of Science and Technology, will be extended to cover schools in over 700 districts of India within 1 year. The Rajasthan government has decided to give several relaxations in the COVID restrictions. The Home Department issued fresh guidelines last night, which will be effective from Monday. School classes from the 6th to the 8th standard will be resumed from Monday, while those from the 1st to the 5th standard will be resumed from the 27th of September. Our correspondent has filed this report.
For the first time in COVID period, schools have been allowed to open for small children. Buses, autos and cabs have also been allowed for transportation of school staff. It will be mandatory for school staff and drivers associated with school vehicles to get at least one dose of COVID vaccine 14 days in advance. Classes in the schools will be run at 50% capacity. Written permission from parents have been made mandatory to attend classes. 200 people have been allowed to attend the wedding ceremony. Cinema halls can also be opened with full capacity. Yoga centers, gyms and swimming pools are also allowed to open. Night curfew will continue in the entire state. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
The Char Dham Yatra began today in Uttarakhand with certain COVID-related restrictions. Chief Executive Officer of the Char Dham Development Management Board, Ravi Nath Raman, said pilgrims coming from outside the state will have to register themselves on the website of the board. They have to bring a negative COVID-19 report or a certificate of having received both doses of the vaccine. There is a daily limit of 1,000 pilgrims for Badrinath, 800 for Kedarnath, 600 for Gangotri and 400 for Yamunotri. The annual pilgrimage to Hemkund Sahib also begins today. In our program Spotlight at 9:15 p.m. tonight, we are starting a special series, Seva aur Samarpan, 20 Saal Sushaasan Ke. Today, the theme is Jal Jeevan Mission. It showcases the resolve and dedication of Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the past 2 decades to ensure availability of water for citizens across the country. And raising awareness about coronavirus in the Corona Jagrukta series at 9:30 p.m. today, we will have Dr. M.C. Mishra, former Director, AIMS, New Delhi, responding to listeners' queries. So keep listening to All India Radio News for the latest developments.
President Ramnath Kovind has said that governments would take serious note of advice made by an institution like Comptroller and Auditor General. He said this would positively impact our public service delivery standards. President Ramnath Kovind, who is on a 4-day visit to Himachal Pradesh, was addressing the valedictory ceremony of the Indian Audit and Accounts Service officers at the National Academy of Audits and Accounts in Shimla today.
While performing oversight function, you need to be aware of opportunities of providing inputs for systematic improvements. Audit engagements provide a unique opportunity of gaining deep understanding of system and place you in a good position of suggesting improvements. Governments will take serious note of advice made by an institution like CAG. This will positively impact our public service delivery standards.
In his address, the President said that the past 18 months have been very trying for the country as the economy was badly disrupted due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Past 18 months have been very trying for the country. Economy was badly disrupted due to COVID-19 pandemic. Government has taken various fiscal measures to alleviate distress and for welfare of the poor. These are often financed through money, which may be said to have been borrowed from our children and grandchildren. We owe it to them that these scarce resources are put to best possible use and are most effectively used for welfare of the poor and the needy. CAG has a very important role in this.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Goa government's effort for 100% first-dose COVID vaccination of adult population. Says Goa effectively used the assistance provided by centre. India accomplished remarkable feat of administering over 2.5 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses in a single day, marking the Prime Minister's birthday. Recovery rate stands at 97.65%. Rajasthan government issues fresh guidelines for relaxing COVID restrictions. Schools, colleges, gyms, cinema halls and markets to open from Monday. GST Council turns down proposal to bring petrol and diesel under GST ambit. Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board invites bids for gas distribution network covering 208 districts across the country. UN Security Council extends by 6 months the mandate for assistance mission in Afghanistan. France says it is recalling its ambassadors in US and Australia for consultations in protest of a security deal that includes the UK. And the US admits 10 innocent people killed in drone strike in Kabul days before its military pullout. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास, तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार।
Welcome back to the Midday News. The GST Council has turned down the proposal to bring petrol and diesel under the ambit of GST. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman informed this after the Council's 45th meeting in Lucknow yesterday.
It was decided by the Council that we shall go back to report to the Court that indeed as per their desire, as per their direction, the Council had it on its agenda and it was discussed clearly stating that the High Court of Kerala has desired that this matter be brought to the GST's notice and discussed. It was discussed. This will be reported to the High Court of Kerala that we have discussed, and the GST Council felt that it wasn't the time for them to bring the petroleum products into the GST.
The Finance Minister said reduced GST rates on COVID medicines have been extended till the 31st of December from the 30th of September. The Council also reduced GST from 12 to 5% on cancer-related drugs and 7 other medicines. GST was also reduced on biodiesel from 12 to 5%. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board has started inviting bids for development of the city gas distribution network in 65 geographical areas covering 208 districts across the country. In a tweet, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry said that the bids have been invited in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision for a gas-based economy. This 11th round of bidding is the largest in terms of coverage of area, population and the number of districts in the country. The ministry said once completed, the gas city distribution network in India will cover 86% of the country's area and 96% of the population.
The Central Board of Secondary Education will conduct the 15th edition of the Central Teacher Eligibility Test between 16th December 2021 to 13th January 2022. CBSE said in a release the exam will be conducted in 20 languages throughout the country in computer-based test mode, the exact date of which will be intimated on the admit card of the candidate. The detailed information bulletin containing details of examination, syllabus, languages, eligibility criteria, examination fee, examination cities and other important dates will be available on CTET official website ctet.nic.in from 20th of September. United Nations Security Council UNSC has extended the mandate for its assistance mission in Afghanistan by 6 months and called on Taliban to create an inclusive government. The 15-member council acted in a resolution passed unanimously. The resolution calls upon all Afghan and international parties to coordinate with United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan in the implementation of its mandate and to ensure the safety, security and freedom of movement of United Nations and associated personnel throughout the country.
France has said that it is recalling its ambassadors in the US and Australia for consultations in protest of a security deal, which also includes the UK. In a statement issued last night, French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian, who had described the pact as a stab in the back, said the ambassadors were being recalled at the request of President Emmanuel Macron. The alliance, known as AUKUS, will see Australia being given the technology to build nuclear-powered submarines. The move angered France as it scuppered a multi-billion-dollar deal it had signed with Australia. The agreement is widely seen as an effort to counter China's influence in the contested South China Sea. The United States has admitted that a drone strike in Kabul days before its military pullout killed 10 innocent people. A U.S. Central Command investigation found that an aid worker and 9 members of his family, including 7 children, died in the 29th August strike. The youngest child was just 2 years old. The deadly strike happened days after a terror attack at Kabul airport amid a frenzied evacuation effort following the Taliban's sudden return to power. U.S. Central Command General Kenneth McKenzie described the strike as a tragic mistake and added that the Taliban had not been involved in the intelligence that led to the strike.
As the nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in morning news and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 88265 46262 or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. One lucky participant will be selected as a winner and will be awarded an e-certificate and a token prize. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
Today is the birth anniversary of a great freedom fighter and revolutionary Madan Lal Dhingra. He was born on 18 September 1883 in Amritsar.
हमको यही कामयाब करना है देश की खातिर जीना है देश की खातिर मरना है वंदे
In July 1909, Dhingra assassinated Sir William Curzon Wiley, an advisor to the Secretary of State of India, at a gathering in the Imperial Institute, London. Dhingra refused to take service of government's attorney, saying he did not recognize the legitimacy of court to try him.
He declared that his act was a humble revenge for the inhuman hangings and transportation of patriotic Indians. While he was being removed from the court, he said to the Chief Justice, "Thank you, my lord, I don't care. I am proud to have the honor of laying down my life for the cause of my motherland." He was sentenced to death and died on the gallows at the Pentonville Prison, London, on August 17, 1909, at the age of 26.
Madan Lal Dhingra was a symbol of the youth of his time, who was strongly opposed to the oppressive measures adopted by the British ruling India with an iron hand. In recognition of Madan Lal Dhingra's valor, Annie Besant said, "More Madan Lals are the need of the time."
Another revolutionary, Virendra Nath Chattopadhyay, started a monthly magazine in his memory named Madan Talwar, from German, and printed by Madame Kama. Madan Lal Dhingra's name is inscribed in the hearts of every Indian for his heroism and fearlessness.
18 September is the death anniversary of a well-known Indian theosophist and freedom fighter, Bhagwan Das. An educator by profession, Bhagwan Das founded the Kashi Vidyapeeth. He served as a member of the Central Legislature of British India for a long time. Das was born in Varanasi, India on January 12, 1869.
Inspired by a speech of Annie Besant, Das joined the Theosophical Society in 1894. In 1900, he was awarded the Subba Rao Medal by the Theosophical Society in recognition of his contributions to theosophical literature.
In 1921, Das was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment by the British for association with the non-cooperation movement, but was released after only 5 weeks on a motion of the government. For several years, Das served on the All India Congress Committee and was elected to the Legislative Assembly in Uttar Pradesh in 1934.
In 1955, Dr. Bhagwan Das was awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award for his achievements in literature and education. Bhagwan Das bid adieu to this world on September 18, 1958.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Tap water to every village by next year is the objective of the Jal Jeevan Mission, the ambitious program of the central government. Chitradurga district in Karnataka has benefited from the program. More on this from our correspondent.
Portable water to villages from a tap is a dream project of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. During 2020-21, 7 villages in Chitradurga Taluk and 27 villages in Holalkere Taluk have been chosen to implement Jal Jeevan Mission program. Initially, a project report is prepared to supply tap water to 29 villages at a cost of 11 crore 14 lakh 63,000 rupees. The Chief Executive Officer of Chitradurga Jilla Panchayat, Nandini Devi, spoke to AIR News on the implementation of the program in Chitradurga villages.
In the district of Chitradurga in Karnataka state, we have 6 taluks and 189 gram panchayats, out of which under Jal Jeevan Mission for the year of 2020-21, we have taken up 29 habitations in 10 gram panchayats in 2 taluks. For the year of 2020-21, we have taken up 29 habitations under the estimated cost of 11.14 crores, out of which 27 works are in progress, and out of the 27 works, 3 are completed, and we have made a financial progress of 72 lakhs. For the year of 2021-22, we have taken up 682 habitations, and we have planned to cover almost 1,61,976 functional household tap connections.
The CEO has assured that the project taken up under Jal Jeevan Mission will be accomplished within the stipulated time. With Channabasavaya in Chitradurga, this is Sudhindra for AIR News from Bengaluru.
As a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, a multifaceted function is being held at Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh today. The ceremony has been arranged in memory of the sacrifices of tribal heroes Shankar Shah and Raghunath Shah. Union Home Minister Amit Shah first paid floral tribute at the statues of Raja Shankar Shah and his son Raghunath Shah. The minister also visited the exhibition focused on the Gond Empire and the freedom struggle in central India. The Union Home Minister will also launch the second phase of the Ujjwala scheme in MP later in the day.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for today. The national capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of very light rain or drizzle. The city recorded a minimum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Maximum temperature will be around 33 degrees. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum and maximum temperature are hovering between 26 and 32 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 33 degrees. Chennai is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. The temperature varies between 26 and 36 degrees Celsius. Hyderabad is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius, while the maximum may go up to 31 degrees Celsius. Bengaluru is also expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Thiruvananthapuram is likely to have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Guwahati may have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal is likely to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Shillong may have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Aizawl is expected to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be nearly 28 degrees. Kohima may have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Itanagar is likely to have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now before we close, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Goa government's efforts for 100% first dose COVID vaccination of adult population. Says Goa effectively used the assistance provided by the centre. India accomplished remarkable feat of administering over 2.5 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses in a single day, marking the Prime Minister's birthday. Recovery rate stands at 97.65%. Rajasthan government issues fresh guidelines for relaxing COVID restrictions. Schools, colleges, gyms, cinema halls and markets to open from Monday. GST Council turns down proposal to bring petrol and diesel under GST ambit. Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board invites bids for gas distribution network covering 208 districts across country. UN Security Council extends by 6 months mandate for assistance mission in Afghanistan. France says it is recalling its ambassadors in US and Australia for consultations in protest of a security deal that includes the UK. And the US admits 10 innocent people killed in drone strike in Kabul days before its military pullout. And with that, we end the midday news.